The ancients' profound attention to the heavens reflects their mastery of the law of correspondence, a principle deeply embedded in many ancient philosophies and traditions. This law asserts that patterns observed on one scale, the macrocosm, mirror those on another, the microcosm. In this framework, the cosmos was seen as a grand reflection of the smaller, hidden processes on Earth and within the human body. By studying the heavens, the vast and regular movements of celestial bodies, they believed they could uncover fundamental truths about the nature of life, matter, and the universe. The law of correspondence suggests that as above, so below, meaning the structure, order, and relationships seen in the stars and planets reflect similar structures and relationships on Earth and within all things. This goes beyond the superficial idea of astrology, which ties human fate to celestial movements. Instead, it points to an analogical reasoning system, where complex dynamics in the heavens are reflected in natural laws, biological processes, and even human psychology. Far from being mystical or superstitious in nature, the megaliths built by ancient civilizations can be understood as tools for precision-based scientific inquiry. These structures were often aligned with key celestial events, solstices, equinoxes, and lunar phases, serving as a means to track the motions of the stars and planets with incredible accuracy. The ancient builders were using these stone monuments to extract and encode patterns of time, space, and cycles, which they believed corresponded to processes in the physical world. Stonehenge, for example, aligns with both solar and lunar cycles, allowing its builders to calculate astronomical phenomena and anticipate solar eclipses and seasonal changes with a precision that reveals a detailed understanding of the cosmic order. The Great Pyramid of Giza is aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal directions, suggesting a correspondence between earthly geography and the cosmic axis. The ancients used this data to observe not just the celestial bodies, but also how those patterns corresponded to seasons, agricultural cycles, and even human behavior. The law of correspondence in their worldview made the stars a kind of macro laboratory where universal forces could be studied. In the absence of modern technological tools like microscopes or supercolliders, the ancients deduced patterns of the unseen world by applying correlative thinking. Through careful observation of large-scale cyclical phenomena, such as the movement of the stars, the waxing and waning of the moon, and the turning of the seasons, they were able to develop an understanding of the inner workings of matter, life, and energy. By reasoning from the macrocosm, they could make inferences about both tangible and intangible systems. Just as energy flows through the heavens, it also flows through the earth and the human body. The cycles of stars and planets were thought to mirror cycles of energy in the body, like the breath and the circulatory system. The ancients understood that natural processes, whether in nature, the human body, or the cosmos, followed cyclical patterns. They recognized correspondences between these different layers of reality. The arrangement of celestial bodies could be understood as reflecting an invisible order governing all of existence, down to the molecular and atomic levels. For example, Pythagoras and his followers believed that the harmonic ratios found in music were reflected in the spacing of celestial bodies, the music of the spheres, and by extension in the mathematical order of all things. This mathematical precision was taken as evidence of a divine structure underlying both the cosmos and the material world. In many ancient cultures, the spiritual and the scientific were not seen as separate domains. Observing the heavens was both an act of worship and a scientific endeavor. This correspondence-based worldview allowed them to connect phenomena across different domains of existence. The Egyptians, for instance, related the Nile's flooding cycle to celestial alignments, and from this derived their agricultural calendar. The Maya were meticulous in their observation of Venus, believing that its movements corresponded to periods of war and peace. But this was also a way of predicting seasonal changes and preparing for agriculture, travel, and other practical matters. These systems were practical in that they produced actionable, scientific data, often with immediate applications in fields such as agriculture, medicine, and architecture. In a sense, the ancients used the heavens as a super collider of sorts, a place where cosmic forces interacted in ways that were both visible and comprehensible to careful, extended observation. The movements of the stars and planets were seen as revealing fundamental laws of physics, geometry, and life itself. Through the correspondence between the heavens and the earth, the ancients believed they could derive laws that governed both the very large, the cosmos, and the very small, the atoms, cells and energies within living beings. In summary, the ancients were not obsessed with astrology in the modern sense of predicting human fate through celestial events. Rather, they were exploring the deep connections between the macrocosm and microcosm, using the heavens as a laboratory to deduce the invisible laws of the universe. Their fascination with the heavens was driven by a sophisticated understanding of correspondence, and their monumental structures like megaliths were tools for gathering precise, scientifically valuable data that connected cosmic and earthly realms.